Welcome to the new version of Let's Talk About Real Estate podcast, the podcast for real estate agents everywhere. I'm Lisa B, and together with Bjorn, we're going to talk about everything real estate. We talk about what's working, what's not working, what's new, what's old, technology, and anything else to do with real estate. We'll answer your questions from the Facebook group Let's Talk About Real Estate. So if you have a question, we can help. Join the Facebook group today. And again, welcome to the show. All right. Thank you, Bjorn, for joining me again today with our podcast. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, so today we have Kirstin Fahy, the official title is Onboarding and Operations Support. And I'm going to put the word expert onto the end of that because she is eXp Australia. Thank you so much for joining us, Kirstin.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we just think you're amazing. This is why we wanted to talk to you today. So you work not too far away from me in Queensland, beautiful Runaway Bay. You're in Runaway Bay too, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So what does your role entail at eXp?
So I look after the onboarding. So we'll just go through the onboarding section at the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's more so making sure the agents are all set up and connected to all the portals within eXp, okay, and just guiding them through that onboarding process. Mm-hmm. Now, it can be a little bit daunting to start with, but that's what I'm here for, is to step you through it all. So I would normally jump on like a Zoom meeting and go through everything step by step. So that way the agent's comfortable with all the setups. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So when they join us, you're the person that actually helps them transition over to eXp, make sure everything's set up, that they can start straight away. Okay, Bjorn, what's your take on that? You've grown a team from 3 to now 25. You've had the agents go through that onboarding process with Kirstin. So what's your take on that?
It's fantastic. The support level that Kirstin provides, she's very modest, but we all love her. She's an absolute legend. Her efficiency, her attitude, the way she's always happy to help. Nothing's ever too much trouble. Any time of the day, pretty much. I mean, of course, we're very conscious that we don't want to be calling her in the evenings and things like that.
No.
She's family. But if you actually did reach out to her, she would actually answer her phone, because you think, well, gee, it must be important if they're calling me at 8 o'clock at night or whatever. Sometimes we'll get responses back at 6:30 in the morning or 7 a.m. in the morning. So for agents, when I bring new agents in, and obviously when I joined eXp myself, it's very daunting and it's very scary at the beginning because you don't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. But Kirstin basically comes along and holds your hand and gives you a tour of the school, as to speak, and says, this is where this is where you'll find this is how we set up your email, this is where you go for this. If you need tech support, this is where you go to. Download these particular programs onto your PC. These are the support people that you need. If you need marketing support, this is the person. If you need admin support, go here. If it's anything to do with accounts, go here. So Kirstin I call her, she's like our mother. She's the mother of the company. And without
auntie.
Well, the figure that without them would all be lost.
We would. Yeah.
So she guides everybody through. So she's
the backbone
onboarding expert, and she does a fantastic job.
Yeah, no, she does. Okay, so the support that you provide, obviously, showing them the systems and all that sort of stuff, but it's so much more than that. I mean, how many people ring me and say, oh my God, Kirstin just had, like, emotional support as well. It's like, as you said, when you're transferring your business over to a new company and it's all new and you don't know how to work the photocopier, when you start working somewhere and all that sort of thing. I just want to say the emotional support, the hand holding that you give is so important to people as well, that it makes them feel comfortable and makes them feel at home, and it makes them feel they've made the right decision. So, I really want to thank you on behalf of everyone in eXp for that as well, because honestly, you are the backbone of our business in so many ways. Yeah.
You've got to make everyone feel comfortable, and it is pretty daunting, like you said, moving over, especially to a cloud-based company.
Yeah.
It's reasonably new, and people don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So it's just, supporting them and making sure that they get things like every agent's, when I'm onboarding, every agent's needs are so different.
Yes.
Okay. That's why I like to do them one-on-one. Some agents are more focused around marketing, okay, making sure they've got all the right logos. Whereas some agents are more like, okay, I need to focus more on tech side of things because I'm not that savvy with the tech, making sure they're all connected to everything and they know where to go. So it
That's
just depends
so
on the
true.
agent's needs.
And everyone's at different levels and all that sort of thing as well. So you're right. That one-on-one support you give people is just so important and incredible.
And I'll have to add there, Lisa, I was not the most tech savvy guy when I joined eXp 23 months ago. And it was quite daunting for me. But between the Kirstin and the other support people that we have, a couple of weeks and I was all over it, because I've always had personal assistants doing things for me.
Yeah.
So that was a big change for me as well from an agent's point of view. But as soon as I'd made contact, it was like I was very daunted, very anxious about joining. And then as soon as I met Kirstin, it was like, everything's going to be cool. Everything's going to be cool.
And now you're this tech guru too.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely. Okay. So Kirstin, what do you think about the eXp business model? Like, you know it probably better than anybody inside and out. What do you think of the business in a box that we provide agents?
I actually think it's amazing. Like we've sort of said, it is a bit daunting to start with. But I don't think the agents realize how good it actually is until they come in and see it and experience for themselves.
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest problem is once they're in, then they're fine. Yeah.
No, I agree. You agree with that, Bjorn?
Yeah, spot on. How have you found things, Kirstin, going from working from an office environment, because obviously you've been in that environment, to now working in a home office environment?
Well, at first I didn't know what to expect and I didn't know how I would handle working at home because I am a bit of a people's person. Now I basically love it. You do so much more from home. Like you said, I am on the computer most mornings, 6:30 in the morning, and still can be on at 6 o'clock at night time. And it does give you that flexibility as well. Like, okay, I do have to go on appointment somewhere in the middle of the day that I can just quickly nick out and go and do something. But no, love it. Love it.
But also, what do you think agents working from home as well? You know, the ones that come into it that are working in a traditional model, then come into our model. It's just like chalk and cheese, isn't it? You work when you want to work, you work your hours, you're not, more productivity, you're not wasting time at the photocopier, as we said, things like that. It is that. And I guess we've got, COVID to thank for that too. It's become, a lot more.
It's the norm.
Yeah, it is the norm. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say to agents that are looking at eXp but haven't come to us yet? And say they're a bit nervous about doing so?
Come on. Just first month, I would actually recommend that you join for a month before you're ready to officially start.
Yeah.
So that way you've got that support. You can come backwards and forwards to me. We can do that onboarding session. Yeah. And then everything's set up for you when you are ready to transition over fully. Yeah. Give yourself that month and the questions. Phone me. We want to jump on another Zoom. I'm happy to give you a rundown with the platforms, show you through Agent Box if you haven't used it before. Happy to jump on and do stuff like that beforehand. Yeah.
I'd highly recommend that as well, because obviously with eXp, there's no locking contracts with us, and we retain all of our intellectual property and all of our intellectual data, unlike where you work anywhere else, the company, the business owner owns all of that property, whereas here our intellectual property is our own. Some of our agents, what they've done when they've been a bit unsure is they've actually joined, they've paid the joining fee, and they've just experienced it for that 3-4 weeks, and then sort of said, look, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue on, right? So stay where you're at, just in the background. Nobody needs to know what's going on. Just start looking at eXp, into eXp properly, $199 to give it a crack. Right, meet Kirstin, learn how we do things, and if it's for you, then hand in your resignation and join. If it's not for you, well, then just say to eXp, look, sorry guys, it's not for me, and then continue on where you are. So you don't have to make that change of one day I'm franchise and then a clean break, and then next day I'm eXp, because the way that we do things and the way that we onboard, like Kirstin was saying, and the agents that have done that, there's not been a single agent that has not continued.
Yeah.
So it's a very good tip that Kirstin's just given there.
Yeah, that's right. Get your ducks in a row before you come over, and make sure you like it, and, you know, make sure you've got everything set up. Absolutely. Okay. All right, Kirstin, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, not really. I think you just got to try it.
Yeah.
And I think once you've tried it, you'll be hooked. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think so
It's
too.
very
Bjorn?
simple. It's a very simple system. It's very sophisticated and it's very high tech, and it does more than what most other systems do, but it's very, very user friendly, and it's very, very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple. I think the hardest part is setting up our email.
Yeah.
You know, to be completely honest, the hardest part is setting up the email, because sometimes, you know, this Outlook doesn't work on a Mac, for example, and things like this. So then you have to just get another program to be able to run your email.
Yeah.
And that's not even that hard, but that's pretty much the hardest part. So, you know, if that's the hardest part of this,
Everything.
Somebody who's not tech savvy at all and has embraced this, and my numbers from joining the eXp have gone up and up and up and up. And now I'm adding an extra $250,000 on top of my GCI, just with the systems and the support that we have at eXp. But a lot of people think when they join eXp that they're going to be on their own. That's the message we want to let people know. You're not on your own. You've got more support than what you would have normally in a traditional office. And because it's virtual and cloud-based, it's efficient and it's fast.
That's right. I mean, how many people, their principals are too busy to help them with sales or with listings or with training or with emotional support, hand holding, whatever. With us, it's a phone call away, and so many different people you can call, you know, whether it's, you know, training, technology, you know, anything, there's someone there to help, isn't there?
That's right. You've not only got your sponsor, you've also got your licensee for that state as well. Yeah. And then if you're still having issues trying to get hold of one of them, then there's myself as well that you can call. Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
Kirstin, you're at the beginning of the process when agents come on, but you also, it's important, I think, to let people know that you also continue through. Like I still call you, you know, I still call you, and we still talk about things, and I'm almost 2 years in. So I think it's important for people to understand. It's not like that we just go, okay, for the first month you've got this support and then you're on your own. It's ongoing support. And there's yourself there, there's Michelle there, you've got Emily, and then, like you said, you've got all the state licensees, and you've got all the sponsors, and then as a team, we all collaborate together. So the support is huge, but it really starts with you. And I just want to say, from an agent's point of view, thank you for everything you do for us, because we couldn't do what we do without you. But honestly, I know you're very humble and very modest in that way, but you do. I hope you realise just how much you're appreciated, because what you do is absolutely amazing, and we love you for it. We really do.
We do. We love you. All right. Well, let's end on that note. For anybody that's thinking about joining eXp, give one of us a call, and come in. We'll help. Yeah,
that's right.
All right. Thanks, Kirstin. Thanks.
No worries. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk About Real Estate podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you have a question about real estate, then please join the group on Facebook, also called Let's Talk About Real Estate. For those of you who are interested in eXp, please join us at 10 a.m. Brisbane time every Wednesday morning for eXp Explained. Thank you again for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and see you next week.